FC Tulsa's second game in 3 days as they look to build on their fine 3-0 victory last Saturday and as they look to continue their new momentum. They're up against one of the best away from home in Pittsburgh, Riverhounds SC. Good evening everybody, Dave Saunders and former professional Anna Beffer with you. And Anna, it was an impressive victory, wasn't it?
It really was. FC Tulsa with a great win at home in front of their home fans. And, you know, Dave, a lot of new players mixed into the lineup, so this win just continues to build confidence for them as they continue to learn how to work together.
Tell you what, let's have a look back at those goals now. And also, let's have a look at Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC's impressive striker, Albert Dequa.
Absolutely. As we mentioned, FC Tulsa has done a great job getting things going this season, and Blaine Ferry got things going for FC Tulsa on Saturday night. Some excellent footwork here to get things started going into halftime, and this was key as they continued to build momentum heading into the second half, and they absolutely wasted no time. Josef did a great job here to put FC Tulsa up, and then Dave, Marcus Epps to close it out.
Arguably one of the best of the night. He had a lot to do here, Marcus Epps. Great finish.
Absolutely. And then another player to look out for tonight, Dequa from the Pittsburgh Riverhounds. He's had a great season so far, scored his first hat-trick of his career against Memphis earlier this season. So, Dave, FC Tulsa's defense really going to have it cut out for them this evening.
Yeah, they certainly will, up against the likes of Albert Dequa. We can't wait for this one. We'll be back after the break. It's your first half call and, of course, the starting lineups. It is FC Tulsa versus the Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC.
As the world demands reliable,
low cost, low carbon energy,
Williams will be there.
with the best transport,
storage and delivery solutions.
We make clean energy happen.
By being the best-in-class operator
of the critical infrastructure
that supports a clean energy future.
Williams, we make clean energy happen.
Like a startup. I think it's a remote mecca that's in the ground stages.
The city is genuinely welcoming of new people and new ideas.
If you're a full-time remote worker looking for something new, check out Tulsa's thriving community of more than 2,000 remote workers. Visit tulsaremote.com to learn more about how you could receive $10,000 to move to Tulsa and apply now.
Today's match is brought to you by Bank of Oklahoma. We go above so you can go beyond. By Williams, we make clean energy happen. By Panera, the familiar made fantastic. And by Osage Casino Hotel, your place to play. Good evening, everybody. Welcome in again to One Oakfield, the home of FC Tulsa. We were here on Saturday, we're here again today, they're here again actually on Friday, so 3 home games in the space of 6 days. Let's have a look at FC Tulsa's Foxy Tacos lineup with my broadcast partner here, Anna Beffer. And Anna, there is a place tonight for Dario Suarez, but you immediately look to number 7, Marcus Epps, and of course, Blaine Ferry.
Marcus Epps has been in phenomenal form. You saw the goal earlier in the pregame show, up for goal of the week. He's had a great start to the season. And then Blaine Ferry as well, team of the week for this week. He's been outstanding. Christopher Pearson comes into the fray. He's a newer player for FC Tulsa, started late last season, and you saw a bit of what he can do, but he could be an impact there in the midfield. And then Bradley Bourgeois had struggled with some injury, but he's back in full force. So FC Tulsa with a solid 11 for the game tonight.
Solid 11, and we're up against a very solid 11 for the Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC with their Foxy Tacos lineup. And again, immediately, you look at the front line, and there is really none better than number 9, Albert Dequa.
Dequa, we talked about his threat he can bring to the front line for Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. Forbes is another veteran for the side, been with them 6 seasons, so he brings a lot of experience to this squad. But as you can see right there, his 3 goals Dequas tied second so far in the USL Championship. So a lot to bring to this team, and FC Tulsa's defense will really have to show up tonight as Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC historically, Dave, does very well on the road.
They certainly do. They're a very, very fine side. Welcome in everybody here to ESPN Plus and of course My 41 here locally in Tulsa. We welcome you if you are a Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC fan coming in here to Tulsa for this one as we kick off. And the injury report, Ruxi, the left back, is out for FC Tulsa, and the ball will run all the way through to Jamali Waite, who's wearing number 26 in that all sky blue kit. Riverhounds SC playing from left to right on your screens in their yellow shirts, yellow socks and grey shorts, up against FC Tulsa in those Route 66 jerseys. And there is Bradley Bourgeois heading the ball back to the goalkeeper, who's had a phenomenal start to the season for FC Tulsa, and of course that is one Michael Nelson. Ball up the left hand side from Levi's, gets it back here. Brett Levi's signed this season to Bradley Bourgeois, making his first start of this season. Bourgeois again with the ball here, going back to Michael Nelson, wearing all red tonight, the 28-year-old from Katy, Texas. Plays it up the left hand side. There's Bourgeois again, heading the ball forward. And now Riverhounds SC just trying to get the ball down. They're given away there by Etu. And a good start out of effort from FC Tulsa, really trying to pick up from where they left off 3 days ago.
Exactly, and that was a big focus for Blair Gavin this week. They obviously had an electrifying win Saturday night, but definitely want to continue to build on that as they have 3 home games, as you mentioned, this being their second in 6 days. So really important that they take advantage of this time at home. And then on the other side, Pittsburgh Riverhounds came off of a really pivotal tie, a late goal by Burke falling. That goal also up for goal of the week. So they both have had, really outstanding finishes to the game. So both teams looking to continue to build on that. And the intensity so far in this match, you can tell both teams are here to play.
Here's Bradley Bourgeois again. Now Jorge Corrales, who's really a left back, but he's playing on the left of the 2 centre backs. He's done extremely well. Now here's Da Costa tricking his way into the box here. Goes round 1, couldn't get past the second. And there will be a foul. The referee tonight, wearing that green shirt there, is Melvin Rivas, assisted tonight by Shane Kennard and Jay Norris. The 4th official, AJ Franklin. There's Burke failing, 3 substitute appearances. Did get a goal versus Miami in the 1-1 draw in the season opener, late equaliser there. Playing on the right hand side. Corrales gets a header away. Is Da Costa. Bourgeois away. FC Tulsa have just given the ball away there to Dos Santos. Joe Farrell making his first start as well, alongside Arturo Ordonez. Christopher Pearson biting into the challenge. Big night for Christopher Pearson, wearing 88, the tall 20-year-old Jamaican Anna. I know that you have been wanting to see this boy continue what he did for FC Tulsa last season. Big night for him as he gets his first start of the season.
Definitely. I'm really excited to see him on the field tonight. Last season he came in later in the season, but there were a couple moments where he had just a moment of brilliance where he turned a couple of heads, and I know that Blair Gavin's excited for what he can bring to the side.
Chasing that one down was Tolu Shawomni, but nothing doing. It's a cooler night tonight. The weather has been pretty fair in the last 3 days. We had lots of rain at the end of last week here in Tulsa. Here's a Riverhounds shot towards goal, and it flashes across the goal harmlessly away for a goal kick. And looking to the skies there was Tony Lopez again making his first start of the season, just tucked in behind the front three there in the number 10 position. But certainly, again, we always say, and a perfect night for a game of football, isn't it, really, weather-wise?
It is, and around the field you might notice some of the fans have brought some friends with them. Bark at the Park tonight at One Oak Field, so a great atmosphere for another midweek game.
I was going to bring my dogs, but they're too badly behaved, so I knew I wouldn't get them in. But here's Corrales, Bourgeois, Pearson, Justin Malou, another signing for new coach Blair Gavin in the closed season. Brett Levi's involved early. Here's Blaine Ferry playing in the middle of the midfield. Colin Fernandez having a rest on the bench tonight. Those two performing very well in the 4-2-3-1 formation. Blaine Ferry, as you've probably seen on the highlights, a fantastic goal, twisting and turning to open things up just before half-time on Saturday. There's a push there by Ordonez.
Dave, we talked about, for both sides, some new faces in the starting 11 for either team. Both teams have a pretty strenuous schedule these next few days, but it's really important that these players that get these valuable minutes step up and continue to prove to their coaches why they deserve more minutes. It's a pivotal point in the season, and right now, from a coaching perspective, it's really important to manage those game minutes. So this is a great opportunity for some of those newer players.
Costa trying to get in behind the back line then for the long ball from the back line. Here's Marcus Epps now as a player down with a head injury. In fact, two players have clashed heads there. Blaine Ferry and also it's Etu, Junior Etu down there, you can see. And trainers will be brought onto the field. Some concern from the group of players. 6 minutes gone here at One Oak Field. FC Tulsa 0, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC 0. Just have a look here on the replay. There is just a glancing head clash. No malicious intent from either player there. It's just one of those where both players have to just check, for the concussion protocols these days. There's Bayassi just checking on Etu's welfare as well. No goalkeeper really having to make a save as yet. Junior Eto, the Congolese midfield player. There's the goalkeeper, Jamali Waite.
Yeah, Dave, Pittsburgh be happy to have him back between the pipes. He actually missed the game against Miami, but started in goal for Jamaica in their 2-2 draw Sunday night at Mexico in the CONCACAF Nations League. So they're happy to have him back in the lineup this evening.
Yeah, quality goalkeeper, and we keep saying it, the standards of players' ability within this USL Championship seems to get higher every year, Anna, and you've mentioned it, another international appearance. I mean, there are several, aren't there, playing for their clubs in this very league.
Definitely, and coaches continue to encourage that. They think it's, a great opportunity that those players bring back that experience to their clubs and that intensity, and it just raises the level of the teams and obviously the league as a whole.
There's Blaine Ferry waiting to come back in, made team of the week, especially after his performance on Saturday. That one's just a little bit too high for Burke Failing. Going to be a throw in here for Brett Levi's. Is again on the ball, wearing 17, the Canadian here, stepping in field, surrounded by yellow shirts, who in the end suffocate the space and win the ball back. A lot of pressure here from Da Costa and Suarez. Dario Suarez making his first start of the season, we should say as well. Corrales just getting that one back to Nelson. Nelson having to play the ball up in the air towards the halfway line. Da Costa's beaten in the air by a combination of Etu and Farrell. Again, here's the Cuban international, Jorge Corrales. And a word from you, Anna, about Jorge Corrales. We know, I've already alluded to it, not necessarily, known for being a centre-back, but he's come in, needs must, and he's performed extremely well.
He has, and I think that speaks to the type of player that he is. He suffered an ACL tear early last season that kept him out of the campaign, and he's come back really strong, and as you mentioned, typically likes to play on the wing, but has been able to be versatile, step in where needed, and has shown really well so far this season in that central back position.
We're playing the 10th minute here at One Oak Field, 0-0. Pearson tidying up for FC Tulsa. Good one-touch play there. Ball worked up towards Suarez, but cut out well by Junior Etu, who's recovered from that slight head clash we had earlier on. Ferry gets a tackle in, and the ball is out right next to coach Bob Lilly, the 56-year-old head coach since 2018. He's done a wonderful job at Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. Very experienced coach, of course. Up against Blair Gavin, who's taken over the reins here at FC Tulsa this season, having been assistant at Columbus Crew in the MLS last season. Ball flicked on there, away by Levi's. And a word for Blair Gavin. I mean, a lot of people waiting to see what he can do. A draw on the opening day in Miami, a tough 3-2 loss, having been 2-1 up, but then we keep talking about it, a really comprehensive professional performance where you really felt that he got his team playing in the way that he wants them to play.
You're right, he has to be pleased with that result, and something I noticed from him as he was speaking to the media throughout these first few weeks of the season, even despite the draw away and the disappointing loss, they continued to find those pockets and those moments where he saw the team identity that he wanted to have, and they continued to build on that, and that finally all came to fruition on Saturday night. So I imagine they're playing with a ton of confidence right now. They believe in their coach, and we've heard training's very intense. He's working them really hard, but they've all bought in, and it's starting to show.
Malou buying into it with Milo Yosef. Pearson, Corrales now. The away side having to just sit in while FC Tulsa dominate the possession of the football here. Bradley Bourgeois, Pearson having to go back to Michael Nelson. As the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Good tackle from Ordonez there. Lopez, long ball, looking for Albert Dequa, and I'm hesitant as I say this, but Dequa's not had a lot of the ball, but we keep talking about his quality, and Anna, having played the game, the goal scorers, they just need a second, they just need a chance, maybe one or two chances in a game, and suddenly the scoreboard's not 0-0 anymore.
Right, he's been pretty quiet so far this evening, as you mentioned, and FC Tulsa very aware of his abilities, but you're exactly right, and sometimes that can create a bit of danger for the opposition when you have a player of his caliber that has been quiet. You kind of start to, dismiss him, or he might fade into the background, and then it just takes one half a chance for a player like him to be threatening and find the back of the net. So something to be mindful of. I'd imagine he'll find his way into this game as it continues to evolve.
So stoppage there, the referee's thumbs up, ball's bounced, and away we go. Michael Nelson it is, the 6'3" goal scorer, goal stopper I should say, who's keeping out Austin Wormel. Austin Wormel, who performed very, very well. He's a local lad and did really well for FC Tulsa, but Nelson's come in and he's been given the nod, and Austin Wormel has to wait his turn, and Nelson's been outstanding for FC Tulsa this season so far. Long ball there is out, but it came off a yellow shirt, so it's a throw in to FC Tulsa, which DaCosta was going to take, but he's going to leave it for Justin Malou, the 24-year-old Senegalese lad. Corrales. Levi's. A little bit short there to Marcus Epps, but then there's a foul by Lopez in the back of Ferry. Now, here is the aforementioned Albert Dequa. Laying the ball out wide on the left, but DaCosta's back there working hard. It's an interesting one for me. DaCosta, such a brilliant player, arguably one of the most skillful, can make things happen from nowhere, but he's having to be very workmanlike this season, and maybe that's a new trait under Blair Gavin. DaCosta's doing a lot of the hard work.
Yeah, he is, and that may, be a part of just trying to figure out your personnel, trying to figure out where your players fit best, because as we've talked about so far, a lot of quality on this FC Tulsa side, DaCosta being one of them. But you're right, he's having to do a lot of the work in the midfield to try to get the ball, but it does give him an opportunity when he's deeper back on the field. He has such great vision, so when he has the opportunity to win the ball, his vision and distribution, he can distribute so quickly and find those areas that other players can't. So that may be something that could benefit FC Tulsa, but we'll see as he continues to grow into this game.
Dario Suarez has found it hard to get the ball to his feet. He is challenging, but easily beaten by Joe Farrell. FC Tulsa's knocking the ball around at the back and the midfield. They're dominating the possession. But as I said, Anna, just that last ball that they found difficult to get into Suarez to have any effect on Jamali Waite's goal. There is the aforementioned Rodrigo DaCosta. Very well loved by the fans here. FC Tulsa, all-time leader in goals, assists, appearances, starts and minutes played. You name it, he's done it. Long ball over the top. There's Dequa getting there before the goalkeeper, and it's just like we said. And the referee saying it was a foul on the goalkeeper. But just an illustration of how quickly the game can change. The referee's deemed it to be a foul. Michael Nelson is down. Dequa saying he got there with the head, and the referee has a decision to make here, and I think he's given a free kick. Anna, let's just look at it on the replay.
It's a really dangerous ball up over the top. It happened so quickly. I could see Dequa's argument there, but just you hold your breath when those two come in for a collision. Definitely want to make sure Nelson's okay, but you're right, referee with a big decision here.
It is a difficult one, isn't it? Because if you argue Dequa's case, he's got all eyes on the ball, he's headed the ball in the back of the net, and he's just clashed with the goalkeeper. Let's look at it again, Anna, just to see. We've slowed it down there. Does he get anything on the ball?
It looked like to me like he got a bit of it before the contact, but it's tough to see. Maybe the referee had a good position where he could see the eyes of Dequa or the body language, but it looks like he's given him a yellow card after that last play.
Dequa's very upset, thumping the ground there. He's chatting now to Jorge Corrales, who's an experienced campaigner. Dequa's saying I had all eyes on the ball. I'm not sure whether the yellow card there was for the challenge. It might well have been for a little bit too much said, Anna. Again, we're going to look at it again. Here it is, another look at that. He's gone in, he's headed the ball. I'm sure Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC fans are shouting at the screen saying, what's wrong with that? It's a goal.
I think you're exactly right, and you nailed it. I think it probably was for dissent after the play, and his frustration is it's very visible, and rightfully so. I mean, if I'm a player in that position and I've gotten contact, I feel like I've, genuinely gone for the ball, which it looked to me like he had. Obviously, dangerous situation. Want to make sure Nelson's okay. Those collisions can always be scary, but I think Dequa has a case.
Dequa walking across there, and I think you're going to see a little shot here of Bob Lilly there, just talking to him, saying you've got to let it go. The referee's made the decision. I know Bob Lilly's had a very big conversation with the fourth official. The result is it's still 0-0. Dequa's been booked, and Michael Nelson is going to have a sore nose tonight, I think. As we can see, there's some blood there having to be attended to. Of course, Austin Wormel, the substitute goalkeeper, warming up out of shot. Bradley Bourgeois waits, Corrales waits, and Melvin Rivas, the referee there has had to make a decision, Anna, and, we're still breaking play. Can you argue it both ways?
You definitely can, and I'm kind of going back to if I'm in that position as a forward, there have been times, where I disagreed with the referee's decision, and it's easy for us to sit up here now and kind of see from a bird's eye point of view how we would call that, but referee has to make a split decision. Looked like he was in a good position, but one of those things where it could be argued either way, and I understand the frustration.
Yeah, and Austin Wormel there, you can see, is getting ready, so Michael Nelson might not be able to continue. And again, there'll be referees up and down the land who will have their own decision. If that's a defender, Anna, not the goalkeeper, if that's a defender, the goal may well have stood.
I think you're right. I mean, there is an emphasis on protecting the goalkeeper, and depending on how those challenges happen and who initiates and all those things go into play, there's a reason I'm not down on the field as a referee and I'm up here. But this is a tough one, and referees made the decision. Good to see Nelson up and walking off the field. But you're exactly right. Pittsburgh Riverhounds have to let that go and try to get one back.
And also, I just want to say as well, absolutely no malicious challenge from Dikwa. He had all eyes on the ball, and Michael Nelson's come off worse there. Of course, we wish him all the best, as Austin Wormel, that you can see wearing the #1 shirt, will come on wearing all red, but no malice at all from Dikwa. He's got his eyes on the ball. There is Austin Wormel, born in Tulsa, gets his opportunity, having performed very well, but obviously, Blair Gavin said, didn't he, that, there's got to be competition in all places, and none more so than the goalkeeper.
Especially, FC Tulsa's MVP last season, they bring in a new keeper, but he said, the camaraderie has been great, but those two have continued to push themselves, and, having a player like Austin Wormel behind Nelson has really made him a good goalkeeper, and training every day, day in and day out, and Austin Wormel more than ready to come in and step in for FC Tulsa.
Stepping in is Blaine Ferry here. All headed forward, away by Bourgeois, and there was a block then on Dikwa. Their free kick, right of centre, and probably around about 22, 23 yards out. So Austin Wormel's got a wall to line up here. And it looks like it's Canado Forbes, the 34-year-old, who's standing over this one. Tony Lopez talking to him as well. Everybody back for FC Tulsa. Long stoppage there, playing the 22nd minute. Free kick then to Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC here, trying to break the deadlock in this one. And everybody else has walked away, so you would have thought it is Forbes here to have a go on goal. Steps up and he's hit that one a long way over, and by his own standards, I'm sure, Anna, he would want that one back.
That was a great opportunity for Pittsburgh off of a dead ball, and definitely want to put that on frame, give yourself a chance.
Long ball now from FC Tulsa, looking for Dario Suarez, headed away by Ordonez, the 25-year-old. Suarez will scamper down the right-hand side looking for this one. They've won a throw-in of FC Tulsa. They haven't got in behind the Hounds' back four, and Jamali Waite still waiting for his first save of the night. Here's Corrales now, right on halfway. Brings in Brett Levi's. Levi's again. Marcus Epps hasn't been able to get in the game. He's been well shackled. Here he is on the ball, completely surrounded by yellow shirts. Melvin Rivas, the referee, the ball hits him, but he said, "You've still got the ball. Play on." Marcus Epps has been very well marked, hasn't he? Very well marked out of the game so far.
He has. You can tell that Pittsburgh has, rightfully so, scouted FC Tulsa and has really kept their impact players to limited touches, and it'll be interesting to see. But FC Tulsa has done the same thing. Dikwa has had a hard time finding space, so both teams right now really kind of canceling each other out. So it's going to take some creativity, something different to really break through.
Be part of FC Tulsa history and order your 2023 Route 66 kit or Interstate kit today. Pick yours up at the FC Tulsa team shop or order yours online at fctulsa.com/shop. Welcome in again. If you're just joining this broadcast late, 0-0. We've had a goalkeeping change for FC Tulsa. Clash after Dikwa put the ball in the net with his head. Some would argue a fair goal. Others would argue foul on the goalkeeper. We'll let you make up your minds. It is Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC in yellow shirts playing from left to right on your screens against the home side, FC Tulsa, in this USL Championship match here in Tulsa, Oklahoma, downtown Tulsa, One Oak Field. Here's Ferry continuing his fine form for Blair Gavin's men. Christopher Pearson now keeping control of the ball as they switch from left to right and bring in Justin Malou. Milo Yosef. Corrales. I think another facet of the new coach, Blair Gavin's era, is just the possession. I think you and I have been covering FC Tulsa for a few years now, and we haven't seen this amount of comfortable possession, Anna.
No, we haven't, and I think you're exactly right. It's something that they've focused on in training, and it shows in the game when they come out, and their confidence on the ball. They're way more patient in their build-up, and that's something through these first 3 games of the regular season. From a statistical standpoint, you can tell that their percentages are a lot higher than they've been historically. It's led to more goals, and that's definitely something that Blair Gavin has focused on, and handpicked these players to try to implement that game plan.
But talking of game plans, you've got to hand it to Bob Lilly and Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC at the moment, because they've not allowed FC Tulsa in behind that back line.
No, you're right. They've really limited their shots on frame. As you mentioned, Waite hasn't had to make a save, but I think it's interesting, FC Tulsa, they currently rank 11th in total shots, but they've really made the most of their scoring chances. So 20% of all shots taken by FC Tulsa have wound up in the back of the net. So they're pretty good at converting when they do have the opportunity. But right now, you're exactly right. Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC really limiting those chances. The
voice of Anna Beffa, former professional, alongside yours truly, Dave Saunders, here at the home of FC Tulsa. Forbes. Shawumnai running down the left-hand side, and there's a foul by Shawumnai. Made his professional debut on March 11th this year. Born in Enfield, England. They're in North London. Here's the foul. Good run, and then in the end, just a little bit too much pulling of the shirt. Here's Corrales. Ferry goes back to Austin Wormel. Austin Wormel, who had to enter the game in the 22nd minute due to a facial wound to Michael Nelson. Worked out by Ordonez there. Bassi, bring it right back. Now Suarez, Da Costa. Things opening up here. Da Costa tries to play the ball in to the path of Yosef. And now here's Canado Forbes. Better from FC Tulsa, just overcooked it there with the pass from Da Costa, Anna.
It was a great chance in transition, and a player like Da Costa, it's dangerous to have him, facing your back line with the ability that he has to connect passes, but just isn't able to execute on that one.
Nil the score, 28 minutes gone, although we're expecting a few minutes to be added on at the end of the first half due to that injury to Michael Nelson. There's a shot of the Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC bench behind Justin Malou, who takes his throw in for FC Tulsa. Ball threaded through, that's a good one, to Yosef. Yosef now, he's got that overlapping run from Da Costa. Da Costa keeps it in nutmegs, and then wasn't going to go past Dos Santos, who bails his partner out there. Good play from Da Costa. And there is Rodrigo Da Costa, who's always trying to make something happen for his team. Minute, 0-0.
Quick look at Da Costa's creativity there. Good defending, good cover there, but FC Tulsa is still knocking on the door.
Play very compact in this game. with the ball going all the way back to Austin Wormel. $1 beer nights are back in 2023, beginning this Friday when FC Tulsa hosts El Paso Locomotive FC. Secure your $12 ticket to the midfield terrace to grant access to $1 brews all night long. And of course, please drink responsibly. 0-0, but a free kick for the visitors playing in yellow here, who are a point ahead of FC Tulsa in the very early standings. And it's Forbes again who's got the responsibility here. Forbes, who holds the all-time assist record for the Riverhounds. Holds his right arm aloft, into the packed area it goes. There's a header down, the ball's loose, cleared away in the end by FC Tulsa, and now they can break with Dario Suarez. He turns away from Forbes, brings in Marcus Epps. Epps, early ball down to Ferry, but that's a lot for Ferry to get on the end of. Good sliding challenge from Luke Biasi.
Great defensive play from FC Tulsa as well as a good ball in from Forbes. What's so crucial on those moments is the knockdown in that next ball, and FC Tulsa did a great job there to clear that one away as they rebuild with possession.
Pearson, good ball out to Malou. Pearson again gets the ball here. No, he's just underdone that one. Bradley Bourgeois having to slide in desperately to get the ball away from Albert Dequan. Now here's Levi's gets the ball back again. Can he get a decent ball in? He does get a decent ball in. DeCosta's there, but that's a good header away from Tola Shiwamni, who trapped the runners and got back into his own box.
Great play from FC Tulsa on that left side. The combination play, Levi's does get a really good ball in. DeCosta was there and waiting. But excellent defensive effort, the timing, the awareness of DeCosta on the back post. But Pittsburgh still defending a corner kick here.
First one for FC Tulsa. In swinger, the left foot, but it's over everybody. Ferry's at the far post, but so is Nate Dos Santos, the Canadian. Playing Ferry. Signed from North Texas SC. Gets the ball here from Brett Levi's. Corrales, FC Tulsa having to start again here. Austin Wormel way out of his area, playing as one of the outfield players. Plays a long ball, looking for DeCosta. Dos Santos with the diving header away. Strong challenge on Blaine Ferry. Deemed fair by the referee from Tony Lopez. Corrales. And the referee's got to stop the game because there's a head injury. It's Nate Dos Santos there who did the diving header and has a bit of an issue here. I think we're going to have 4 or 5 minutes on the end of the first half here, Anna, because we've had a few injuries to contend with. We had the early concussion protocols being put in for the 2 midfield players, then the Michael Nelson injury, so the referee's going to add a few minutes on here, I'm sure. Let's have a look and see if we got anything from this.
Yeah, I think so. Referee doing the right thing. You know, you don't want to, it's the leg on the end there, unintentional by DeCosta, but whenever there's a head injury, have to stop play, make sure everyone's okay, and it looks like Dos Santos will be able to re-enter.
Yeah, Dos Santos, who played for FC Florida under-23s and also the under-23s at Seattle Sounders. I remember him playing in last year's game, which was the 7-goal thriller that Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC won by 4 goals to 3. They were leading by 4 goals to 1. Albert Dequan got a brace on that night, and then goals from DeCosta and J.J. Williams gave us a grandstand finish. I remember at the end of that game, with the Hounds seemingly coasting at 4-1, I always remember Bob Lilly getting his players together in the middle of the field, having won the game 4-3, and basically told them something along the lines of, don't give up late goals like that and give us all a scare, see the game out professionally. And it really was an exciting game in the end, and FC Tulsa will consider themselves a little bit unlucky not to get something out of that game. A lot has happened since then, no goals to speak of in this one, but lots of good possession, lots of good players on show. Pearson. Corrales and Bourgeois sharing passes. Thanks for your company here on My 41 here locally in Tulsa, and also on ESPN Plus. You're welcome wherever you're viewing this broadcast from into downtown Tulsa for this matchup between FC Tulsa, wearing the black kit, against the yellow kit of Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. Corrales in with a challenge there. But failing. Trying to go round two. Failing into the corner here. And in the end he will win a throw-in for his team.
You know, Dave, both teams have had really good spells of possession. You can tell they want to play, they want to get the ball down, and they've had moments where they've switched the point of attack and are doing all of these things, you know, right in the midfield per se, but we're still sitting, you know, the 36th minute, we don't have any shots on target. And I think that's a big thing that's going to have to change. With about 10 minutes left before they head into the locker room, but that has to be a key focus for both of these teams. Have to get, you know, forward more, create more chances, and test both keepers.
Away, chested down by Joe Farrell. Sean Knight on the left-hand side, joined by Dos Santos. Sean again. Trying to work a cross in here, but he's got Josef for company. He's done well here. Gets the ball into the box with left foot. Good catch from Austin Wormel. Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit www.selectsportamerica.com for the latest Select products, specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Here's Marcus Epps, who's had a pretty quiet game, as we said, and that's because he's been well shackled by the Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC defence. It'll be a goal kick, says the referee. Epps is just going to have a little word with the referee. Just see the ball coming in here, and Albert Dequar not getting his angles right. Bradley Bourgeois was right next to him. It remains 0-0. It's an intriguing game, but as you said, Anna, not much for the fans to cheer about in terms of goal mouth action, and neither goalkeeper, or we should say three goalkeepers now, of course, have had you know, anything really of note to save.
No, really the only opportunity and clear chance on goal was the opportunity earlier with Dequar that was deemed no goal, but really since then no team has had one of those clear chances where a goalkeeper has had to step up.
Just got a feeling in our highlights of the first half we're going to be looking at the Albert Dequar goal that was not a goal. And we'll have a look at it again. I'm sure you've all got your opinion watching this broadcast of that. If you missed it, I'm sure we can show it to you at half time. Here's Jorge Corrales. Good header away from Joe Farrell, who's performed very well at the back for Bob Linney's men. Here's Blaine Ferry. Tried to get up and play on. He's an honest player, is Blaine Ferry. Christopher Pearson. Justin Malou, he's made the right back berth his own after Eric Bird have had to slot in there for the first couple of games. Then he got injured during that second game. That's a good ball through. Dequar's onside here. Chance for the away side. Pulls it back. Who's there? Just Blaine Ferry. But that's what Albert Dequar can do for you in the blink of an eye.
And the idea is there. That's the right ball. He just wasn't able to pick his head up and pick out one of his teammates. All of those runs coming in were too deep. No one dropped back waiting for that ball at the top of the box. And an opportunity missed there for Pittsburgh. But you're exactly right. Dequar, so threatening, especially when he gets into open space, can create from really anywhere.
Etu did well. He's playing advantage. Here's Forbes. Forbes tries to bring in and does. Failing into the box towards the far post. There's a header down straight into the hands of Austin Wormel, and that was a chance, and it was Tony Lopez in there. Got a good header, Anna, but straight at the goalkeeper.
Wormel very, very thankful that wasn't to the right or to his left, because it had some power behind it. Lopez in a great position. Another stoppage here from the referee.
Referee's going to have a word with Junior Atu here. Just see what happened here. There's the header from Lopez, and Austin Wormel was able to catch that one and almost pose for a photograph as well. It was that static. The referee has sorted out the issue he had with Atu, and we will now have a free kick taken by Corrales with 5 minutes to go until we see the fourth officials board in this first half here at One Oak Field. Dos Santos won it back, and there was a strong challenge coming in, which the referee has said was a foul on Shivamni. Free kick and a chance to get men forward. Just see the strong challenge here. That's one of those strong challenges from Justin Malou that in the modern game is deemed to be unfair. Back in the day, you know, it was like, yeah, great tackle, play on. But I get it, I understand. Here's Dos Santos. Ball into the box is a good one. There's a header over, and quite frankly it should have been on target. Up from the back, it was Arturo Ordonez there with the header, and I think, Hannah, as we look at the replay, if we get to see the replay, we might see that he could and should have done better there. Austin Wormel relieved that he headed it over. Here it is.
Great build up on that left side, and it's the right ball up, just waiting for someone to go up and get it. Ordonez tries to do just that, but just not able to get up over it and back on frame.
I'll tell you what, that was a pretty decent challenge actually from Levi's, because he just did enough to put him off there. Here's Dequa at the other end, goes down, play on, says the referee. Bradley Bourgeois. Header on by Epps, flicked on by DaCosta, nearly getting it through to Suarez. Now failing in a little bit of space here on the right. Decent ball needed. It is a decent ball, but it's a good header away from Bourgeois. Epps again not able to control the football. Blaine Ferry in there battling away with Lassie. Pearson now, has he just overdone that when he has, or DaCosta, who has been playing predominantly on the right wing, propping up on the left, and that would have been a decent ball in.
See DaCosta there trying to thumbs up, provide some encouragement. FC Tulsa's had a few good looks. They've combined from time to time, but it's that final pass that's lacking in that final third. But DaCosta is encouraged. FC Tulsa just needing to execute.
Pearson heads away. Good header away by Levi's. And now Corrales battling away with Dequa. It's a good battle, that one. Levi's just about gets enough on it. Here's Corrales, good clever chip to Levi's. Levi's further down the left wing to DaCosta. DaCosta's won the throw in. Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa is your place for fun and entertainment after the match. Enjoy a world-class casino experience with high-stakes tables and over 1,600 electronic games. Just 4 miles from One Oak Field. Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa. Lose up from the back here. Ball played into Farrell. Farrell away. Lopez is there. Lopez has got round the defender. Here's Dequa, and suddenly it's 2-on-1. Is there a chance late on? Dequa across goal. Good block from Levi's. Back to Dequa. Danger not over yet. Into the box again. And there is Christopher Pearson to foil the danger. And now FC Tulsa trying to build something here late on. And suddenly the game has just upped a little bit of pace here. And Riverhounds FC, that was a really good break, Hannah Beffa.
It was, and credit Levi's. That was a crucial interception, because Dequa and Lopez 2-on-1 in space but FC Tulsa back the other way.
Ferry, can he do it again? Suarez, Ferry's inside the area, Ferry onto his left foot! And he just puts it over the bar. He did it on Saturday, he does it again. And he just got underneath it and just over the bar, but Blaine Ferry showing you what he can do. The 22-year-old has hit the ground running for FC Tulsa.
The game opening up a bit these past few minutes. We'll get a quick look on the replay. Ball knocks around, but Ferry sticks with it. His quick feet eludes a challenge. Has to get over that ball, put that on frame. He knows that was a key opportunity. But with the way he's been playing, I'd imagine he'll have another one this evening.
And we are going to have 7 minutes of Tulsa Tech stoppage time here. 7 minutes, which is about right, Anna, with all the stoppages that we've had. So a late night for everybody with this 7 minutes added on, although we are used to 7:30 kickoffs here. We had a 7 p.m. kickoff, of course 8 p.m. in Pittsburgh time now. Here's Lopez. Lopez chance late on. He's dragged it and he's pulled it wide. Austin Wormel, no save for him to make.
Jorge Corrales takes a sigh of relief there. Errant pass defensively leads to an immediate turnover. And FC Tulsa fortunate that that one gets pulled wide. But great awareness from Lopez. Try to make something out of nothing.
Yeah, Lopez, as we said, several players making their first appearance of the season. And Lopez is doing that. Levi's right on halfway now. Back to Corrales. We're playing the Tulsa Tech stoppage time, which is 7 minutes. With the injuries, particularly to the unfortunate Michael Nelson, the FC Tulsa goalkeeper who had a facial injury. Here's Marcus Epps now. Is there a goal late on for Epps? Good ball. Suarez, left foot, good save from Waite. Dario Suarez has not had many kicks of the football tonight. And that was his first chance. Good play from Epps. And when Epps gets a little bit of space, Anna, that's what he can do. Corner to FC Tulsa.
Great work from FC Tulsa. We'll get a look here on the replay. The awareness from Epps. Suarez in a good position. That first touch doesn't fail him. It's close enough to his body. It allows him to take a shot.
Josef into the box. Header away by Shawumne, who's back there. Epps. Lopez heads away. The game has come to life. It's taken a while. Here's Suarez. Costa just over his head. Suarez gets it back. Now Etu wins it in the midfield. Up to Digwa. Digwa quickly out to the left-hand side to the hard-working Tony Lopez. Lopez up against Malou. Shot towards goal. Good save from Austin Wormel. Had to get down at his right-hand post low. Does well, and that will make the young goalkeeper feel he's really in the game as well. Here's Bouchois. Bouchois goes back to Wormel. And Austin Wormel will feel good about that. Never easy coming on as the substitute goalkeeper, Anna.
No, it's not, and he's stepped in brilliantly, and that was a good build-up from Pittsburgh in transition there. Lopez did well, forced Malou to dive in, and shot goes low, and Austin Wormel does exactly what you'd want him to do, stepping in there for Nelson, makes a good save.
Long ball from Corrales, looking for Suarez there. Just too much, but Jamali Waite will feel that he's in the game. Both goalkeepers now have made a save each. And we've still got another 4 minutes of the stoppage time at the end of this first half. Delicately poised at 0-0. Lopez. Failing was beaten to that by Levi's. Now here's Ferry. Failing continues the hustle. Long ball down the left-hand side. That's a lot for Josef to chase. He's going to chase it. He forces Bassi to kick it right back to Levi's. Pearson from a long way out. It's dipping, but I was going to say it's nearly on the halfway line, but he wasn't far away. It was a long way out. Would have been a spectacular goal, Anna.
It would have been, and we've seen what he's capable of, but might have been a bit ambitious.
0-0 it remains, and Jamali Waite will take some time out of the game as the players are now playing the 7 minutes of stoppage time. Again, thank you for joining us here on ESPN Plus and of course My 41 here in Tulsa. You're very welcome here to this matchup in the USL Championship. 1 point separating these two early on in the season. FC Tulsa started with a 1-1 draw in Miami, then they went to Birmingham Legion. They were leading by 2-1 with 2 spectacular goals from Messrs Da Costa and Epps, and then they were pegged back by the other 2 goals and lost the game by 3-2, and then they followed up just 3 days ago here at One Oak Field, a 3-0 comprehensive win over Loudoun United FC. Levi's having to be at his best. He stumbles, then he gets up and heads it away. That's quality play from him. Josef Levi's continues his run here. Good skill from the Canadian here, and then he got caught, and Mr. Rivas, the referee, will give a free kick. That was just quality play from the left back. Good skills.
Really was, and it just showcased the grit he had to really finish the play and keep things moving for FC Tulsa, all the way from a defensive standpoint, and then showcasing a bit of skill there in the midfield. Earns his team a free kick with an opportunity for a set piece. Here's a quick look at that last sequence of play. Great combination play, and then the little flick up over to keep this play alive. Ultimately earns a free kick. Have to love the energy from the left back.
Yeah, good play from the left back, and that's another trait that, you know, they've been able to go out and express themselves under this new impressive coaching team. Of course, Blair Gavin, assisted by Richie Ryan and Matt Watson. If you've heard the name Richie Ryan before, you'll remember him as the tough Irish midfielder from El Paso, who are indeed the next opponents for FC Tulsa here on Friday night. Join us again on ESPN Plus if you can't make it to One Oak Field. There's a good play. Here's Da Costa! Late on, he's just got underneath it and puts it over the bar. And now FC Tulsa have had a couple of opportunities late on, and there's Da Costa who just scoops it over the bar, Anna.
It started with his creativity to let that initial pass from Pearson go between his legs. He gets a lucky bounce with an opportunity, but he's falling. It's tough to get his body over that ball. He does what he can, but FC Tulsa is starting to create more in the attack.
Mr. Rivas, the referee, brings the proceedings in the first half to an end. No goals, but certainly late on, plenty for us to talk about now.
Definitely, the energy picked up between these two sides late in the first half. It was pretty even throughout the game. FC Tulsa edged possession, started to create some more at the end of the first half. A controversial no-goal call early on in this game, Dave, but, you know, the game's there to be taken.
It certainly is. I mean, it's, you know, either way, it's very, very evenly poised, and we hope to bring you more in the second half. There's Austin Wormel, who had to come on as a first half goalkeeping substitution, but alas, no goals between these two. We've got the Williams halftime show coming up right after this.
Rib Crib's been smoking the good stuff over 20 years, serving up mouth-watering barbecue, talking about slow-smoked classics like Rib Crib's famous ribs. Yeah. Hungry yet? Rib Crib.
Hey! Thanks for coming out again. I mean, we really appreciate you guys supporting us this year. And I mean, nice ride.
Absolutely. We're always happy to partner with you guys.
If you like this ride, you should come by Ferguson Kia and check out some of our inventory.
Let me make you a deal. So if you guys score on Keegan from half field, Ferguson Kia will give free FC Tulsa tickets to all of our new customers.
You're on.
Waldo's Chicken and Beer is home of Southern fried and fire-roasted chicken. Enjoy scratch-made tenders, flavor-packed chicken wings, and house-made sauces, mac and cheese, collard greens, hand-cut french fries, and our signature cheddar cheese biscuit. Finish off your meal with our home.
Rib Crib's been smoking the good stuff over 20 years, serving up mouth-watering barbecue, talking about slow-smoked classics like Rib Crib's famous ribs. Yeah. Hungry yet? Rib Crib.
Hey! Thanks for coming out again. I mean, we really appreciate you guys supporting us this year. And I mean, nice ride.
Absolutely, we're always happy to partner with you guys.
If you like this ride, you should come by Ferguson Kia and check out some of our inventory.
Let me make you a deal. So if you guys score on Keegan from half field, Ferguson Kia will give free FC Tulsa tickets to all of our new customers.
You're on.
Waldo's Chicken and Beer is home of southern fried and fire-roasted chicken. Enjoy scratch-made tenders, flavor-packed chicken wings, and house-made sauces, mac and cheese, collard greens, hand-cut french fries, and our signature cheddar cheese biscuit. Finish off your meal with our homemade banana pudding. Watch all your favorite sports at our full-service bar while sipping on ice-cold beer or any of our craft cocktails. Drive-through, dine-in, or order online. Needing to feed a large group? Spice it up with Waldo's Catering. Waldo's Chicken and Beer, the best homemade fried chicken in Tulsa.
Come see us!
Hi. Welcome back into One Oak Field. You're watching the Williams halftime show. And before tonight's matchup with Pittsburgh, FC Tulsa players were asked to put their artistic skills to the test by drawing the crest of the Hounds. Here's how it all played out.
Good to go? All right. Woo. Go for it.
Starting off hot. That's it. Yeah. Just on.
Disappointed.
Bro, I cannot draw. I don't even know what was in the middle again. Oh my goodness. You left my cheat sheet down there.
That's not bad.
That's about it. Boom. Picasso, I like it.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Hi, I'm Dr. Steve Tiger. At Tulsa Tech, we're committed to helping every student find success in the workplace. Today, companies right here in our area are looking for someone just like you. Turn your love of cars into a career, or take to the skies and let your earnings soar in aviation. Hands-on training from instructors with the know-how and have worked in the industry. If engines aren't your thing, we can train you to design, create, or fix just about anything. Why wait to start your new career? Make your own path today at Tulsa Tech.
No goals between FC Tulsa and Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. You're watching the Williams halftime show. That is a view of downtown Tulsa, One Oak Field to be precise. And alongside me, Dave Saunders, is Anna Beffer. And Anna, let's have a look at the standings here in this intriguing Eastern Conference. And you can see there just 1 point early on in the season, of course, but just 1 point between these two.
Right, this is a great matchup between these two sides, and I mean, as evidenced by the first half of this game, very evenly matched between the two, and still early on in the season, but you see Birmingham Legion FC atop of the Eastern Conference standings so far. And I imagine as the weeks continue to go on, we'll start to see, you know, some separation between these teams, and things will start to shake out. But FC Tulsa currently sitting at 5th, and you'll see at the bottom of your screen the top 8 teams make the playoffs. FC Tulsa just missed the playoffs last season, so they're looking in with this new Blair Gavin era to make a run this season, Dave.
They are indeed. And talking of the impressive Blair Gavin's team, let's have a look at the team of the week. We've got players from both teams here involved, and there's Blaine Ferry and, of course, Marcus Epps for FC Tulsa, and you know, impressive from them in this week 3. And of course, congratulations to Jordan Farr, the goalkeeper, an outstanding goalkeeper, of course, for San Antonio. So real quality in that team of the week.
Definitely, and Patrick Hogan for Pittsburgh and Milo Yosef for FC Tulsa, both on the Team of the Week bench, so congrats to them as well. But just an outstanding lineup, and as you've seen so far in this game, Ferry's had a great game. He's had a lot of, you know, activity in the midfield, created some opportunities, so I'd imagine that will continue this evening for FC Tulsa. Marcus Epps has had some quiet moments, but you've seen from time to time where he can be dangerous in linking up play and having chances on goal as well. So both of those well-deserved earned spots on the Team of the Week for FC Tulsa, but congrats to all these players.
Yeah, congrats indeed, Anna, to all of those players. Let's have a look at some news and notes and international call-ups. We alluded to it in the call because Jamali Waite, the goalkeeper for the visitors today, of course, representing Jamaica, no fewer than 22 players from the USL Championship and USL League One called up for 2023 CONCACAF Gold Cup qualifiers. Hamid signs with Memphis. The former US men's team goalkeeper Bill Hamid signed for Memphis 901 FC this week. He was the MLS goalkeeper of the year in 2014. And how about this one at the bottom, particularly if you're an FC Tulsa fan? 16-year-old Nate Worth, Charleston signs signs for FC Tulsa, and of course then the Charleston signs the Dennis brothers, and Oakland's Drew Murray joins the US national team. So lots of youth around, makes me feel very old, but lots of talent around, and we're excited to see the 16-year-old at FC Tulsa.
Definitely. It's a great opportunity for those younger players to come in and really make a name for themselves. The USL has always prided themselves, and this is just an outstanding league. You have some veterans in the game, and you have some younger players coming in and really getting their first taste of professional soccer with some quality players to build up around them. So great opportunity for all of these players. Congrats to them for signing their contracts, and the future is looking bright for the USL Championship.
We got the first half highlights and stats coming up right after this break. You're watching the Williams Halftime Show.
Summertime is back at Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, and we have the perfect getaway for you. Cool off in our spacious freeform pool. Grab your favorite drink and chill at the poolside bar, or relax and unwind in a cozy private cabana. Just steps away are tempting restaurants, live entertainment, and a world-class casino gaming experience. At Osage Casino Hotel Tulsa, your place to stay and relax.
I'm Lauren, and I'm an engineer here at Williams. I think what has kept Williams thriving for over 100 years since the Williams brothers first founded the company is our constant innovation. We recently started a partnership with Microsoft so we can have the latest and greatest collaboration technology. We are starting up solar farm projects and thinking of ways that we can incorporate hydrogen into our pipelines. This allows us to partner renewable energy with clean burning natural gas right here, right now.
If you had to pause your favorite show because your spouse fell asleep? You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar.
Today's match is brought to you by Williams. We make clean energy happen. By Bank of Oklahoma, we go above so you can go beyond. By Osage Casino Hotel, your place to play. And by Tulsa Spine and Rehab, a team of specialists in one place delivering lasting pain relief. Well, the first half took a while to get going, Anna, but we'll see with the highlights here just how it all unfolded. No goals to talk about, of course, but quite an intriguing first half.
It was, and it was evenly matched between both sides. And, you know, as we talked about in the standings, 4 and 5, only 1 point separates the two. But we'll get a look here at some of the opportunities. And the game started to open up a bit. Dequa found some space on the left side, but FC Tulsa continuing to do a good job of breaking up play. But ultimately, neither team was able to get things going in the first, 30 minutes or so of this game. But FC Tulsa started to pick things up a bit. Blaine Ferries had a great first half for me, creating opportunities. This was one of the best, in my opinion. He scored a goal on Saturday for FC Tulsa, but this one just goes up over the bar. But Dave, later in that first half, activity started to pick up between both sides. FC Tulsa edged possession a bit in the first half, but then opportunities started to come. This was an outstanding save by Waite for Pittsburgh in the goal. Suarez tries to get one on frame there, but FC Tulsa, again, just not able to find the back of the net, and shots on goal were limited between both sides, but it started to get better. This was another opportunity to Costa, a bit of creativity, let the ball go between his legs, and then finds the ball back at his feet again, but just a bit off balance, not able to execute there. So both teams hoping to come back out in this second half refreshed and finding shots on target.
Yeah, it's a difficult one to call, isn't it? Because a lot of people would say, well, it can't end up 0-0 surely tonight. But these two teams have kind of cancelled each other out. It could, Anna, just be, as we take a quick look at the stats, it could just be one moment of brilliance. But look at that possession stats for FC Tulsa.
Yeah, you're right. I think that's what it's going to have to be tonight, because FC Tulsa, as you mentioned, edging out the possession, but you have to be able to convert those chances and use that possession to create goals, because right now the shots on target, as you can see, from both teams are limited. The Riverhounds only have 2, FC Tulsa only with 1, so that's definitely going to need a change here in the second half. Both goalkeepers near the end of that first half had to make a few saves, but nothing crazy, and so that's going to be key in the second half. Have to challenge those goalkeepers.
It is the Riverhounds in yellow shirts, grey shorts and yellow socks, who will be playing from right to left on your screens against FC Tulsa, the home side, playing from left to right in their all black strips. And Austin Wormel came on in the 21st minute away to your left hand side, out of shot, all in red, because there was an injury to the goalkeeper who started every game before tonight, and including tonight, of course, Michael Nelson. It is Forbesy gets us underway then in this second half. Are we to see the deadlock broken between these two very impressive teams? Referee's given a free kick for a handball by Bradley Bourgeois. So a chance really early on here for Robbie Mertz, who's come on as a second half substitute here to get the ball into the box. Mertz, born in Pittsburgh, local boy. In 2019 to 20, he made 40 appearances for Pittsburgh. Then he went to Atlanta United and made 48 appearances. Atlanta United 2. He's been playing against FC Tulsa several times. He scored the opening goal of the 2023 campaign in that 1-1 draw at Birmingham Legion. Here is Mertz into the box. A dangerous one. Good header away by Da Costa. And Nate Dos Santos here will take the throw in. Back to Farrell. Ordonez. Ordonez, then to Farrell. Dos Santos again. Suarez pressuring the back four. Long breaking ball to the right-hand side. Towering header from Levi's. Pearson. Shawamni. Good ball into the box. Good header away by the man wearing the number 12 shirt, and that's Rashid Tate, who's come on for FC Tulsa. So a corner for the Riverhounds FC. Burke Failing it was who came off for Pobladi's men. And it's Justin Malou who's made way for Rashid Tate. Now what's interesting here, Anna, as we know, is that Bradley Bourgeois, who started the game at centre-back, will now move to right-back, and he will make runs down that right-hand side. And Rashid Tate, signed from New Mexico United, had a very good game 3 days ago here in the 3-0 when slots in at centre-back.
He did. He's a solid substitution, will definitely help bolster that back line. And Bradley Bourgeois, with his athleticism and energy, has the ability to get up and down the lines very quickly, deliver good service into the box. So maybe that's something FC Tulsa is trying to help exploit with him pushing forward a bit, maybe take more risks.
Mertz it is with the ball here, wide on the left-hand side. Marcus Epps has started the second half on the right-hand side, so Milo Yosef will move to the left. We saw them switch wings several times in the last game here at One Oak Field. I'm sure Blair Gavin will want to get Marcus Epps more into the game. That's a good flick on there, and that's a good last-ditch challenge from Jorge Corrales there, who had to be at his best. Here's Digua in a little bit of space inside the box here. Back to goal. Ball comes in from the right-hand side. Bourgeois gets a flick, it's loose, and it's over the bar from Canado Forbes, and that's been the story of the night.
It really has. Neither side has really been able to get clinical in front of goal, and Forbes with a great opportunity there off the volley, but just has to get his head up over that ball, keep his chest over it, keep that ball on frame. Here's another look at it. It falls perfectly, no pressure, and FC Tulsa can breathe a sigh of relief after an opportunity missed from the Hounds.
Ferry. Tate to Pearson. Pearson, who's impressed me with the way he uses the ball, seems very calm, belying his years in the game. Corrales steps past two and then goes into a challenge deemed fair by the referee. Here's Ferry, and Ferry's just played that one out. Miscommunication. Digua brings the ball down nonchalantly. Da Costa does well. Da Costa picks himself up from the grass and gets himself up again and gets himself going down the left. That's just underdone. Levi's has had a very good game for me at left back. That ball does not find Milo Yosef. Referee said there was a foul there. Corrales committing the foul. Nate Dos Santos playing at left back in that back four. Both teams playing a back four. Here's Robbie Mertz. Dos Santos back to Mertz. Mertz, good ball in field here. Forbes. Etu helps it on its way to the right hand side to Luke Bayassi, who's certainly getting forward more than he did in the first half. Ferry doing well in a tight space there. Both teams very well organised. 0-0 the score. Now here's Bourgeois. Epps and Bourgeois exchange passes. It is wonderful flexibility when you can have the likes of Bradley Bourgeois just coming in after injury, of course, and you know, as we always say, playing at centre back or right back. You know, he's just a versatile player who will run all day for your team as well.
He is, and it makes Blair Gavin's job difficult but easier when you have the depth that FC Tulsa has and the options for substitutions. We mentioned Tete came in as well, so that happened frequently on Saturday night as well with the substitutions after they went up. They were able to bring in some players and mix things up and get quality minutes in, and I think that's fared them well in this game as well.
Throw in by Assi. Playing at right back. I think I mentioned it to you as a late challenge in, and we saw a phase in, you know, the international game of football of sort of coaches preferring a back three to a back four. Interesting to me that a lot of teams seem to be favouring the back four again now.
Yeah, definitely. That seems to be the case with both coaches tonight. A pretty traditional lineup, have that back four. The two center backs for both teams have done really well, and I mean, as evidenced by not a lot of shots have been taken on goal. There have been some more recently, but both teams, as you mentioned, Dave, very well organized defensively and do a good job building out of the back.
Ball headed back by Bradley Bourgeois to Austin Wormel. They just dispossessed there, and Tati comes out with the ball. Pearson will switch the play from the middle to the man who's going to be 30 years old tomorrow, and that's Brett Levis. Corrales. In steps Canado Forbes to win it back for the Hounds here. They've worked it well. Dequar into the box, it's over everybody, and it's going to be a throw-in. They worked it well down the right though there. Bradley Bourgeois will take his time. Goes up over the top is Suarez, and he just couldn't get control of the football. He's going to keep it in here though. If that first touch had been better, he could well have had a one-on-one with the keeper. Here's Epps, Da Costa, Suarez, and they're going to win a corner. As the world demands low-cost, low-carbon energy, Williams will be there with the best transport, storage and delivery solutions. Williams, we make clean energy happen. Just needed a better first touch from Suarez there, Anna.
A great run in, finds himself with a bit of space, and you're exactly right. The first touch let him down. He would have had a one-on-one opportunity, but keeps the play alive, runs it down, earns FC Tulsa a corner kick, and Da Costa off of that left foot with the in-swinger.
Here is the in-swing, as you say, to the far post. It's over everybody. There's a chase to keep it in, and they have not kept it in, says the assistant down in the right-hand corner. Goal kick, and it remains 0-0, and we've played 10 minutes of the second half, and it's still, Anna, you know, an intriguing contest, isn't it?
It is, and I think what's made this game entertaining, especially as it's continued to grow and evolve, is, you know, both teams have really quality sides. It's been a bit of a chess match between these two. We talked about, you know, both teams playing with the four defenders, and tactically it's matched up nicely, but it's going to take a moment of brilliance or a bit of creativity for these teams to break the deadlock. As you see Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC pleading for a potential handball there. But
yeah, Lopez, wasn't it, appealing there? It's one of those that can go either way. The referee, Melvin Rivas, was right there, and he said it came off the leg, and it's a corner to the visitors, who take it quickly here. Mertz quickly into the action, onto his left foot, chips it towards goal. Wormel gets a palm away, and Wormel was fouled, and Corrales is down as well. There's a little bit of an inquest after that. Corrales is just holding his lower back there. There was a clash with the actual goal. And the referee, I think, is just saying to everybody, just calm down, everybody's okay. Next Wednesday night will be Open Cup. There's a forfeit game for the Riverhounds SC. There's Corrales, who's okay. FC Tulsa have an intriguing game, a crosstown derby match with the Tulsa Athletic. And we will see here, Anna, what can we pick out of this?
They're calling for a potential handball, and you see that first initial contact's on the leg, but they might have a bit of an argument on the hand after that. But referee deems no handball.
Ball over the top again, the willing chaser. And there's a slight challenge, and again, Riverhounds SC appealing for something. Dequar, to his credit, does not appeal for anything. Tete it was with the challenge. And after the Open Cup action, Saturday the 8th, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC will go to Colorado Springs Switchbacks before a week later, the 15th of April, being at home to Rio Grande Valley FC Toros. FC Tulsa on Friday night have El Paso in town before they play their crosstown derby in the Open Cup, and then San Diego Loyal SC away from home for them. Here's Tete. The deadlock still to be broken here. We're playing the 59th minute. Corrales finds Pearson. Here's Tete. Of course, we don't know if they were injuries, Anna, but it's brave for any coach to make a change, as both coaches did at half-time. You know, like I said, it could be injury, but it could be tactical, couldn't it?
You're right, and it completely changes, you know, the landscape of the game. But credit, we've talked about the depth of both of these two teams and just the game management. Both of these sides having 3 matches in the span of really a week, which is very tough on the body, especially early on in the season.
Now there's a ball through here. Lopez here pulls it back. It's a good one. Mertz with a chance. Good block from Bradley Bouchois. Forbes keeps it alive. Bouchois had to be at his best there. And away by DaCosta. Great block from the experienced defender.
Kind of surprised Lopez wasn't a bit selfish there, but good unselfish play to pull that one back to Mertz, but just not able to put that on frame. But Riverhounds continuing to push.
There too. Chance. Good save. Austin Wormel had to be at his best. Juniorati with a good left-footed drive there towards goal. Wormel's picked up where he left off last season, to be honest with you. But certainly they're knocking on the door of the visitors here, Anna.
They are a good opportunity here. Recycling that play. Etu with a good chance on frame, and Wormel does exactly what he needs to do there, just up and over the bar, but have to defend this corner properly.
Here it is, Forbes with the right foot, outswinger towards the penalty spot. Stooping header away by Rodrigo DaCosta. And certainly you would say at the moment, it's the Hounds that have had the majority of the ball in the second half, and also they're trying to get in behind the defence. And FC Tulsa really haven't been able to get the ball up to Dario Suarez to stick or get Epps in the game again, have they?
No, they haven't, and you're exactly right. The Riverhounds have had a great start to this second half and continued to find ways to break through FC Tulsa's defense. They've had shots, not necessarily on goal, but creating chances. Is looks like FC Tulsa here will make a few more changes.
Yeah, Moses Dyer is going to come in. Milo Yosef will be withdrawn. and also Colin Fernandez, you can see, comes on, and Christopher Pearson it is who makes way for him. So you would have thought it's going to be slightly more attacking, although Dyer will probably lead the line, and it will be Dario Suarez that will go out wide on the left. We saw a little bit of the skill of Moses Dyer on Saturday. Wormel does well there under pressure from Chiwome. Here's Corrales. Ferry. Fernandez first touch gives it away.
The substitution, Dave, with Colin Fernandez, we've talked about how those two really work well together, and their game on Saturday just have linked up so well, break up play defensively, but have the opportunity to spring either of those forward at any time as well. So maybe that's an option for FC Tulsa as those two continue to get comfortable and really have become a core for the midfield for FC Tulsa.
Goal kick then to FC Tulsa, 63rd minute. There is Colin Fernandez, second spell with a Tulsa franchise here, was part of the old Tulsa Roughnecks. Show on me. Dispossessed. Levi is trying to get that ball forward to bring in Moses Dyer. Nate Dos Santos now. Ordonez. Ball over the top again, will go harmlessly through to Austin Wormel. Last season we talked about the 7-goal thriller here. It was a much more different game at Highmark Stadium last season, with Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC coming out with a 1-0 narrow victory. These two will have to wait until Saturday, September the 30th for the return game between these two. Epps has been fouled by Mertz. Corrales from the FC Tulsa back line. They haven't panicked, FC Tulsa. They're about to give up a lot of possession. Here's Levi's inside the box. Can he pull it back? He slips and collides with the advertising hoardings back there. I think he's okay. He's going to pick himself up. But that really is, Anna, the first time in this second half that there's been a meaningful ball in behind the defence.
It is, and it started from the awareness of Fernandez in the midfield. You know, you bring him on as a substitute, and that one-time ball curling up over the back line. He sees the run from Levi's. He knows his ability there, and it's going to be moments like that, those one-touch passes, the proactiveness from FC Tulsa. It's going to help them be successful in getting in behind the defense.
The possession stats have changed overall. 67 to 33 in favour of FC Tulsa. Of course, it was 74-26 at half time, but Bob and his men have seen much more of the ball. Still, we await the first goal, and there have been chances for either team.
And Dave, you mentioned, you know, the more possession that Pittsburgh has enjoyed here in the second half, but it's also led to more opportunity. At the end of that first half, there were very little shots, if any, on goal. And now in this second half, Pittsburgh so far with 11 shots, 3 of those on goal, so they've created more chances.
It's the voice of former professional Anna Beffer alongside yours truly, Dave Saunders. Thanks again for your company here on ESPN Plus and also here locally in Tulsa on My41. Now here's the dangerous Marcus Epps. Hasn't had a lot of the ball. He spins it out wide here to Dario Suarez, who hits one across goal, and there's an offside flag. It was Moses Dyer who puts it in, but the flag went up straight away, and the game stays at 0-0. And now there'll be a double substitution for the visitors. Anna will have a look at this. Offside goal.
Started with a turnover in the midfield. Epps did a great job. The awareness, the late run from Dario. Excellent ball in. We're not going to have the angle to see. Have to trust the AR on that one. Tough to see from our angle, but Dyer put that one in the back of the net. Second no-call goal of the evening.
DZ Harmon has come on, as has Mark Ibarra. Double substitution.
Here's another chance to see. Oh, it's tough. Looks like they might be in line, but can't see that first step from our angle.
No, we don't have another angle to show you, but certainly looking at that, it looked like he was half a step ahead, and you've got to credit the assistant referee who's right in line, of course, and we're not. 0-0 it remains. Levi's. Ferry has to go back to Corrales. Levi's goes back to Corrales. Colin Fernandez in there. There's a challenge in the midfield. I was just thinking, Anna, when you think of the left-footed players in the FC Tulsa team, of course, Levi's wide on the left. You've got Corrales. You've got Colin Fernandez, and also you've got, as we see the challenge there, slightly late, and you've also got DaCosta. You know, it's unusual that you've got so many left-footed players in the team.
I know, it gives you a different perspective and a different angle when you have players that are so, you know, proficient with their left foot, and DaCosta being one of those, in my opinion, that is capable with both feet, which is what makes him so incredible. But
I'm not a lip reader, but I think Robbie Mertz said something along the lines of, I think that was a foul on me, ref. But he's got to have to leave the field because he had the treatment. But it was one of those 50-50, nothing malicious in the challenge, and referees, he's refereed it pretty well, and I think he's saying to the fourth official, you know, he didn't even think it was a foul. So anyway, on we go. FC Tulsa have the ball. It remains 0-0. We're playing the 69th minute. Located on scenic Cherry Street with new menu options, Foxy Tacos is the perfect way to experience feisty, fresh Tex-Mex at its best. Corrales. Good interplay from FC Tulsa, and then Epps just doesn't get the angle right for DaCosta. DaCosta gives him the thumbs up. Marcus Epps, it's been a frustrating night for him, but you know, Bob Liddy's clearly done his homework, and they've, as I said in the first half, put the shackles on him, and he's not had a lot of space to play in this game. Dangerous player when he is given the space, of course. Here he is on the ball. Bouchard with a hurried ball forward, which turned out to be a really good one. Dyer goes down. Moses Dyer, born in Auckland, New Zealand. Started the first 3 games of the season. Played for the New Zealand U20 and U23s. Of course, we've got a New Zealand connection with Trevor Zwetsloot, who's on the bench, waiting to come in for Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. He also is a New Zealander. Now here's Dyer. Can he get round the back? He can. And has he got a corner? Yes, he has. He's won a corner. Didn't quite have enough on it to get the ball into the box, but he's won a corner, and Dyer's certainly made a difference up front.
he has. He's brought a new kind of energy to this FC Tulsa front line. Obviously, the goal that was called back off of an offside. But again, making a good run, trying to get around the corner, sees the player going to ground, smart, plays it off of him to earn a corner kick.
Here it is. Acosta to the far post. There's a header down and off the line. Head in hands time for Austin Wormel. Here's Levi's with a shot, deflected just wide. And they won a corner, but the referee's gone with a goal kick. Flurry of activity, and the home side now starting to have more attacking play, Anna.
Definitely switching back the other way. FC Tulsa having some more success in that final third. Outstanding defensive effort, save off the line from Pittsburgh. We'll get another look here at that last sequence of events. This is the shot from Levi's. FC Tulsa pleading for a possible deflection, either way going wide. But both teams, Dave, feeling the sense of urgency now. You have to feel that they need to score. You know, it's been pretty even throughout this game. Both teams have had opportunities, but early in the season, feel that they're still within reach of the 3 points here.
Yeah, both teams, like you say, really feeling, you know, they can take all three here, not wanting to settle for a point. Here's DaCosta chasing this one down into the corner. Piassi with him for company. Piassi slides in, and it's going to be a throw in which DaCosta wants to take very quickly. In fact, the referee and assistant have combined and said it's going to be a corner. Packed penalty area. DaCosta goes low here. It's Fernandez to hit one, and he hit it very well, but it was always wide of the target. Training ground move. Good idea just to switch it up, Anna.
It was, and DaCosta normally with an excellent in-swinger, but plays a good ball on the ground with pace, but Fernandez sets up nicely, just turns his shoulders too quick, pulls that ball wide, definitely has the power behind it.
0-0 it remains. 74th minute here at One Oak Field. Throw into FC Tulsa. Brett Levi's. Corrales infield to Colin Fernandez, who gets the second bite at the cherry. Here's Blaine Ferry. Looks for Levi's. Corrales, clever header. He's had a very good game for me at the back. You could say that all four centre-backs on show, or five, of course, with Tete coming on as a substitute, have performed very well, and that's one of the reasons why we stand at 0-0. He's given that one away. Here's Etu. Lopez. Lopez got a little bit lucky. Levi's gets up and gets a challenge in. And Fernandez very tidy up. Lopez has had a good game down that right-hand side, joined now by DZ Harmon as well. Robbie Mertz is playing down the left-hand side. Pretty attacking lineups on display here tonight. Both teams, Anna, when they get the football, it's very hard to get it back again, isn't it? They're possessing it very, very well.
They are. They're doing a really good job of being thoughtful about their passes, very intentional about when they go forward. You can definitely tell there's a level of respect between these two teams where they want to take care of the ball. They don't want to give it away easily, because you're exactly right. It's very difficult to get the ball back.
It's almost like you don't want to be a substitute waiting to come on for the next break in play, because it's never going to happen. Here's Bourgeois. Dyer working hard up front, turns the defender well, gets a free kick for FC Tulsa. Now we are going to see a substitution. There's one of the substitutions, Moses Dyer, new to the FC Tulsa scene. See Edward Kizza come on. Leaving the field is Lopez. He's worked hard for me. He's had a good game. So the 24-year-old Ugandan comes on. Came to Pittsburgh in July 2022 for the rest of that season, and then made his move permanent in January of this year. Here's Marcus Epps. Round two, Epps into the area here. Can he pull it back? He does. Cross the area. It's going to go all the way across to Levi's. Levi's now, as Epps got behind the defence. Suarez will just have to start things again. Here's Bourgeois. Marcus Epps, not for the first time, puts that one out. But he's working hard, Anna, isn't he? He just hasn't had a lot of the ball.
He is. You can't knock the effort from Epps, trying to get open, trying to make things happen, and you saw a bit of his ability there 1v1. He's so good when he stands up defenders, just takes them on. That's how he scored his goal Saturday night. It's what he tried to do again here. Gets around the defender, plays in a ball with pace, but just forces FC Tulsa to try to recycle after getting in behind, ultimately losing possession here as Pittsburgh trying to make something happen.
Remains 0-0. Levi's. Moses Dyer. Fans, head to the FC Tulsa app to vote for tonight's man of the match. You can download the FC Tulsa app on the App Store and the Google Play Store. Voting closes at the final whistle. As we always say, lots of candidates for the man of the match. I guess in a 0-0 draw, you immediately look for your defenders. I mean, Corrales for me has had a very, very good game. Bradley Bouchard playing in 2 different positions. Again, really good.
I think Ferry's done a really good job too in the midfield of just retaining possession. He's done a great job in tight spaces to switch the point of attack. But you're right, all of that work in the midfield, the possession, it hasn't ultimately led to what's most important, and that's goals. And right now, both teams trying to find the first.
Just looking for a clear-cut chance or a moment of brilliance, and you could bag the 3 points. 2 1-1 draws for Pittsburgh, home against Miami and also at Birmingham Legion, and then the impressive 3-1 win at Memphis, where of course Albert Dikwa, who's playing tonight, got his first career hat-trick in that win, scoring all 3 goals. He got a couple last year in the 4-3 win here. Mertz tidies up. Ibarra. Dos Santos will go back to Joe Farrell, the former Phoenix Rising player. And in the end, a wayward ball results in an FC Tulsa throw-in. Corrales, unchallenged at the moment. Left-footed ball, long ball up into the night sky, easy. And then Da Costa felt it was a little bit harsh that the ball was belted at his arm. And ball was the result. 0-0 the score. Thanks again for your company. We're hoping to bring you a goal before the end of this one, but alas, at the moment it's an intriguing 0-0 draw. But we've still got 11 minutes to go, and we had 7 minutes added on in the first half. Not as many minutes and not as many breaks in the second. Dos Santos has fouled Epps. Tete. Blaine Ferry. Hurried clearance up in the night sky by Fernandez. Blaine Ferry seems to have covered every blade of grass, and he's all over the field in a good way. He's knits things together. He's good defensively. He's just a great all-round player. He's only 22, playing for the first time in the USL Championship. Good player, good signing.
He's shown really, really well, and I'd be interested to see what his GPS tracker says after this game, because he's covered so much ground defensively, offensively, you name it. He's put in a ton of work.
Well, that's unusually with his right foot there. Da Costa does well to Epps. Epps back to Da Costa now. Can he put Dyer in here? There's a foul, and there will be a yellow card for the substitute, Mark Ibarra.
Referee making the right call there. Ibarra stopping a promising attack for FC Tulsa as Da Costa straight away at that back line had runners in front of him. Here's a look at the replay. See the arm there, just trying to restrain Da Costa from that forward position. Referee right there.
And I love the way he tells the referee, back there, ref, the foul's back there. Mark Ibarra played every minute for the first 3 games that we told you about, the 2 draws and the win. Substitute tonight. Now then, everybody back in a yellow shirt, 2-man wall. Colin Fernandez goes out to Levi's. Levi's will go the long way round, gets the ball to the far post. Bourgeois there, but it's a good header away by Nate Dos Santos, and it will be a throw-in for FC Tulsa. It would be a late goal. And now Levi's is down in some discomfort, so we will have some minutes on the end of this one. Don't forget, back here on Friday night, Anna, it's games coming thick and fast now. You know, this is the second of 3, isn't it, with FC Tulsa playing on Saturday tonight, and now Friday. El Paso, never an easy game, because El Paso have been to Lou City and won 3-0 this season. So we, as we said in the commentary on Saturday, no easy game. The standards in this USL Championship, the bar's being raised every single season. It
absolutely is. It's been rapid fire for these 2 teams, as you mentioned, from a scheduling perspective this week, but every game's so important. And you know, you and I were talking early before this game how last season, that was a must-win game, or we have to win these games near the end of season. These are the games that matter. You have to take care of business, especially when you're at home. If you're FC Tulsa, 3 games at home, but Riverhounds SC, as we talked about early on as well, has had great success on the road, so they'll want to keep that going.
And nobody will want to lose this game of football now, with it delicately poised at 0-0. Tulsa Remote has welcomed over 2,000 members to Tulsa and will pay you to work from your new home. Apply now. You're going to love it here. Here's Colin Fernandez. Ball over the top for Levi's, but out comes the goalkeeper, Jamali Wade, who's performed well in goal tonight. Hasn't had a lot to do, but what he has done, he's done well. Punts the ball down the right-hand side for Dequa. There's a header coming in from Corrales, and Corrales will pick up another yellow card. He got a yellow on Saturday, gets another one today. Just wondering, and I'm not being critical here, whether that's an unnecessary challenge, that the referee's always going to give a yellow card if you go piling in like that, and maybe with the position of the ball, Corrales didn't need to do that.
No, you have to be mindful in those situations. You're exactly right, especially with the attacker facing the other direction. No need to cause a foul there, especially this late in the game, giving Pittsburgh an opportunity off of a set piece here.
Robbie Mertz it is, with the free kick. Ball is come all the way across it. There's a shot across goal. Not a bad effort from Joe Farrell there, who's up from centre back. He, in fact, wanted a corner, and it flashes across Austin Wormel's goal.
It was good technique. The ball from Robbie Mertz. Initial deflection. That was going to be a tough angle, though, to put that one back on frame. Wormel had the front post covered.
Corrales now on 4 yellow cards. Battle in the midfield. Away by Ibarra. That's going to go out for a throw-in. 5 minutes to go. 0-0 the score.
Reminder, it'll be important for Blair Gavin's team, as we've talked about kind of the emphasis more recently on just the game management and how they can close out games. FC Tulsa has given up 2 goals after the 75th minute so far this season through the first 3 games of regular season, but they've also scored 1 in stoppage time. So known for, you know, some late drama, as you've mentioned before, from this team, but important for FC Tulsa to not make any, you know, errant mistakes here. Neither team at this point, as you mentioned, you've come this far, 0-0, want to give up a late goal.
Just had a shot there of Blair Gavin. He must be pleased with what he's seen, both at One Upfield on Saturday and also tonight. It's been tough. There's an offside. Kizzer it was in an offside position. The 2 substitutes, DC Harmon and Kizzer, they're combining. Austin Wormel, just to repeat, had to come on in the 21st minute. Manuel in red there. And then we're going to see Dario Suarez come off, and we were impressed with Saeed Haji, Anna, on Saturday. This lad has some speed, doesn't he? And will be playing it up the right-hand side with Marcus Epps moving to the left.
He does. He showed really well Saturday with the ball at his feet and kept it close, created some good opportunities for FC Tulsa, so maybe here late in the game he can be the difference maker.
Bourgeois will go back here to Tete. Austin Wormel immediately holds his hand up there. Hurry clearance, didn't find Brett Levi's. Here's Dequa. Ball into the box is a dangerous one, and Wormel had to go down well on his 6-yard line there. Those are awkward for goalkeepers when that ball's spinning away low in front of him, and it did well.
Yeah, that was a tough, dangerous ball, but credit the FC Tulsa defense there. They tracked properly, kept their bodies goal side, and Wormel had a clear line of vision.
Ybarra, good ball into the box, a step over Mertz now. Can he get the ball from under his feet? No, he can't. Dequa head in hands. Dequa with a clever dummy there, and it went to Mertz. He just couldn't get the ball from under his feet. Now it's end to end. Here's Marcus Epps. Moses Dyer's gone running to the right-hand side. Epps can't find his teammate. Now a long ball, and Corrales will bring this one under control.
Mertz would love to have that one back. It was a great piece of play. Just gets stuck under his feet. First touch lets him down a bit, gives FC Tulsa time to converge.
Tete will head away. Free kick to FC Tulsa. There's a wonderful quote from Coach Gavin after the Loudoun game. He said, you know, his both guys next to him, talking about Richie Ryan and Matt Watson, the very special people, and every day on the training pitch. Got a foul here and an injury. Every day on the training pitch, what these guys bring is fantastic. Every day they compete, they show well, and it shows in how they performed tonight. Of course, talking about the Loudoun game, how they performed through all 3 matches. So he must be very, very pleased, Anna, with what he's seen. And as you talk about and we talk about, you know, it seems to be very professional this season. Blair Gavin's gone about his business quietly, and there he is. And, you know, okay, his style is to possess the football, but they've been very, very professional is the word I would use.
They have. I think you're right. They're trying to, you know, focus on doing the little things right, and that will collectively lead to those professional wins that you speak of, like Saturday night, where they, you know, pretty convincingly won 3-0. And in that game, really, they didn't even have the majority of the ball, but they took care of it when they did. They were mindful in those late challenges. They were thoughtful in closing out the game, and that's the difference. And they've learned through, you know, these first 3 games. Each game they've gotten better, they've gotten smarter, they've, you know, trusted each other more, and Blair Gavin has done just a great job coming into this team. He has such a great tactical mind, and I think everyone knew that coming in. And as these new players came in, how is he going to set people up? What lineup is he going to put out? And so far, he's done a great job. In FC Tulsa, we've talked really throughout this whole game, has really bought in, and it's shown. And he would love nothing more than if they could find a late goal here tonight.
And just behind Blair Gavin, there is the aforementioned Richie Ryan, the Irishman, and Matt Watson. I had the pleasure of meeting them both, and we were talking about which Premiership team in England they supported, and I can tell you the results were that Richie Ryan is a Manchester United fan and Matt Watson is an Arsenal fan. So I wonder which one pleased me more. I'll leave you guys guessing, but they're 2 great guys, and they're just, you know, wonderful guys to have with Blair Gavin. They've formed a very good coaching team, and don't forget, of course, Donovan Ricketts, who was the coach, interim coach last year. What a fantastic guy he is. A man of few words, lovely smile, and of course what he brings to the goalkeepers such as Dallas Odell, Austin Wormel and Michael Nelson is priceless as well.
It is, and you can tell even late last season when the players, they love to play for him. They believe in him, they have a great relationship with him, and I think that speaks volumes to their performance and effort on the field, and it's great to have him continue to be on the FC Tulsa staff. And you're exactly right. What a great partnership they've formed, and you can tell just early on in this season the big things to come for this FC Tulsa team and franchise.
And Donovan Ricketts still a legend in Bradford in the north of England after, of course, playing many appearances in goal for Bradford City. There's Wormel playing the ball forward. We've got 5 minutes to be added on of Tulsa Tech stoppage time. It will be a late dramatic winner now if someone can score a goal. Kiss is brought down. Levi's will, I think, go into the book. Referee pointing to Levi's just to spoil his birthday tomorrow. Yellow card for him. 0-0 the score. As we say, we're playing time added on here. Well, we just see late drama here at One Oak Field that we are used to seeing, or certainly were last season. The line being held on just around about 20 yards. Mertz just about gets the ball back, where they made rather a mess of that, but they have won the throw-in. Luke Bayassi will take the throw-in, the right back. Normally, Anna, in a game of football late on, one team gets a good chance just for the ball to fall to them. Here's Kizza. Dequa. He doesn't need many opportunities to find the net. Corrales does well. Levi's. Winder thrown off Bassi. Levi's having to retreat here, not in too much of a hurry. We've got 2 minutes left of this one. Long ball from Corrales. Ibarra. Ball will go out, or will it just be kept in? No, says the assistant. It will be a throw-in. A little bit of urgency now. Bradley Bourgeois. Is there one last attack for FC Tulsa here to win the game of football? He wanted a handball. Play on, says the referee. Mertz. Mertz over the top here, looking for Kizza. It's a good challenge between those two, and it's going to be a throw-in for Bradley Bourgeois. Deep down near the corner flag, right below our commentary position here. Bourgeois scoops it forward. Dos Santos coming forward. We're in a foul by Saeed Hadji, who's not really had the ball to his feet. So Anna, maybe the last chance of the game here. The ball pumped into the box. Quite a few yellow shirts in and around the 18-yard line. Is there one last opportunity here for Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC? Robbie Mertz has got the responsibility to play the decent ball in behind the back line and in front of Austin Wormel. Everybody back for FC Tulsa. Here's Mertz. Away to Mertz again on that left-hand side. Mertz now will have a little run, clip the ball into the box. The ball is loose, and Corrales thankfully clears it away if you're an FC Tulsa fan. And we have a few seconds left, and this one locked at 0-0. It's not for want of trying for both teams who've had opportunities. It's been a relatively quiet night for the goalkeepers. Corrales belts the ball away. And now Da Costa trying to get something going. Ball over the top. And now we've got an injury late on, so we're going to have to stay with this one a few more seconds. Trying to see who that is down there, who got the injury. But it's been an intriguing game, Anna, and, you know, if there isn't a winner here, you know, 0-0, it's not been the most boring 0-0, has it? You know, there's been opportunities.
No, it hasn't. It's been a fun game to watch, and it's because both teams have performed well defensively. They've tried to take care of the ball and keep possession, but it's just been tough in front of goal. Neither team has really had a clinical finish. There have been a couple, 3 good saves from each goalkeepers to, you know, keep it 0-0, but there have also been a couple of opportunities, Dave, where the goals have been called back. FC Tulsa had a close offside call that Dyer was called offside, and then earlier in this first half, Dequal had an opportunity off of a header that actually found the back of the net, but ultimately the referee decided it was a no goal. We'll get another look here at the replay. This happened earlier in the first half. Epps plays the ball out wide, and then this was, later in the second half, this was the FC Tulsa opportunity, ultimately called offside. It was tough to see from our angle, but it looked like there might have been a slight step ahead, Dave, to call that one offside. But either way, 0-0.
Must be seconds left, and we've got a player down. And that was an opportunity that was ruled out for offside. And then, as you mentioned, Anna, in that first half, Albert Dequal will still feel aggrieved that he had all eyes on the ball, got there before the goalkeeper. The goalkeeper ended up, Michael Nelson, having to leave the field as there was a clash. But, Dequal will feel a little bit aggrieved that that goal wasn't allowed.
I think he will. And, we definitely understood the frustration there, because from our angle, it looked like he might have gotten a bit of a touch before the initial contact with Nelson. He had his eye on the ball coming in, so definitely a controversial call from the referee. But again, we're bird's eye view up here, referee down on the field, quick to make that call. And either way, both teams just trying to continue to push throughout this game to break through, but neither have been successful up to this point.
Now, as you can see, there's some concern here. I'm trying to see who it is down for Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC. It's been well attended to. There's the fans who've stuck with it tonight. The temperatures have dropped slightly, but with seconds left, the player is down, and there is some concern here. And the stretcher is being brought onto the field. And we're just hoping that this player who's down is going to be okay. Players just milling around and just trying to understand what's going on here. Bob Lilly's there, just in the grey cap to the right of your frame there, just checking on his player. It's just one of these moments, Anna, in football that you just don't like to see, a challenge that nobody meant to make it into anything more than this player is lying down, being attended to here, and there are seconds left in this one. Bob Lilly there, you can see in the grey cap, and he will be obviously concerned. Just wondering which player it is down there. We can't quite see who it is, but whoever it is, we just wish them every success in recovering from this injury. You just hate to see this kind of thing in the professional game. And the players really just standing around hoping that their teammate's okay, and we think it's Junior Atu who's down there, Anna. So we certainly wish him all the best. He's had a good game in the midfield. Remember, FC Tulsa will be back here on Friday night, and they will entertain El Paso Locomotive FC in the third of 6 games. 6 days, excuse me. But at the moment, the concern is for Etu, who will be taken off the field on a stretcher. There'll be a late substitution there for number 20, Trevor Svetslu, the New Zealander, who will come into the fray. But literally there were seconds left when Junior Etu went to ground. But obviously at the moment the care is being all around Etu, who's lying on the field at the moment. Players looking relaxed now that I think they realise that he's being very well attended to. It's just one of those things, Annie, you just don't want to see in this wonderful game, do you?
No, you don't. It's unfortunate, especially, you know, this early in the season. Looks like now he's being taken off the field to be attended to further. Excellent training staff from both teams out there attending to him.
Austin Womelu had to enter the game in the 21st minute. Seems like ages ago now, when Michael Nelson was involved in probably the most controversial moment of the game. This is the referee, Melvin Rivas, who ruled out Albert Dikwa's goal when he headed the ball, clashed with Nelson, had to leave the field with a facial injury. And alas, we have not had the deadlock broken. Applause from the crowd here on Oak Field as Hetu is taken off the field on a stretcher. We certainly wish him all the best. Anna Beffa, here's a replay from earlier on.
This was the opportunity from Pittsburgh. I believe they're looking for the no-call goal, but that was another one from earlier in this game. But both teams have had chances. That was another big one. Great defensive effort from FC Tulsa there to keep that one away, as Pittsburgh's had multiple chances like that and just haven't been able to convert. But we'll probably have a few seconds or a minute or so here to add on.
By Corrales. Moses Dyer just chasing that one, but out comes Jamali Waite. The clock is saying 102.5 minutes. Still we go on after a long stoppage. Now is there one opportunity? Dikwa here from the right-hand side into the box. It's loose. It could be the winner. It's at the attacker. Then there's all sorts of scrambles going on. Mertz can't get there. The ball's still in. Now it's out. It's going to be a corner, and that could have won the game of football right there. But they just couldn't get that opportunity in front of goal. Clearly, Alan.
Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC with players all over the ball there, just trying to will the ball into the back of the net, but it just didn't fall right. But ultimately earning a corner kick here, and Mertz will take it quickly.
Here's Ibarra into the box. There's a scramble again. Levi's, and now FC Tulsa. Still we go on. Here's DaCosta heading it forward. DaCosta was fouled. Now he goes down. And the referee brings proceedings to an end. It ends up as a 0-0 draw. Bradley Bourgeois is incensed that DaCosta there was fouled, but it will ultimately end up 0-0 as the two coaches shake hands. In fact, Blair Gavin is just talking to the fourth official, and it just all ends up, Anna Beffa, a little bit untidy here as it's a 0-0 draw.
It was kind of a clunky way to end this match. Both teams put in a ton of effort for the full 90+ extra minutes trying to break the deadlock, ultimately ending in a stalemate here. But FC Tulsa not able to find the back of the net late in this one, as we've seen from time to time here at One Oak Field. Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC, Etu going off late in this game with an injury. Our well wishes to him is a speedy recovery. But both teams with another match this week, as they've both had a tough scheduling perspective, a lot of games in a short amount of time, but this one ends 0-0.
It does indeed. We'll pick up the pieces of this one after the break. Stay with us. We've got the highlights of the game and the talking points to come right after this. It finishes FC Tulsa 0, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC 0.
Introducing the new and improved taste of Pepsi Zero Sugar. Now more delicious. Zero never tasted so good. Try it now.
Hi, I'm Bill Knight for Bill Knight Ford. You've probably noticed the construction going on around us, so now is the perfect time to take advantage of our remote options in both sales and service. From a fully online buying experience, including signing all of your documents online, to our pickup and delivery option and service, where we'll bring the loaner to you. And of course, our mobile service van. So let us at Bill Knight Ford come see you and visit us online at BillKnightFord.com, home of the Knight Advantage.
Cryotherapy is great for athletes. It's great for muscle recovery, reduces aches and pains that they're having, help those muscles recover quicker from those intense workouts that they're going through.
These these guys, they're banged up, they're working hard, they're dealing with injuries. I feel blessed that these guys are able to come in the office and, take advantage of our multiple service lines here at Tulsa's Fighting Rehab.
Rib Crib's been smoking the good stuff over 20 years, serving up mouth-watering barbecue, talking about slow-smoked classics like Rib Crib's famous ribs. Yeah. Hungry yet? Rib Crib.
Welcome back in for the last time to downtown Tulsa, One Oak Field. It's finished 0-0, as you can see. We couldn't give you a goal, but we can give you plenty of talking points. And of course, it's a late night because we had 7 minutes added on at the end of the first half, Anna, and we had a whole bunch of time added on at the end of the game. Of course, the injury to Etu, and we say again, we wish him all the best in a speedy recovery. No goals, but let's get into the highlights and see how it all unfolded here on what's become quite a cold night here at One Oak Field.
No goals to show for the efforts between these two teams. There were a couple of controversial moments. This could have been one of them. This was an offside call, but looked like Dyer might have been a step off. Have to trust the assistant referees in a good position there. Another no goal call early against Pittsburgh as well. And then another opportunity for FC Tulsa off of a corner that was cleared off the line. Pittsburgh again showing their strength defensively. That was Joe Farrell there clearing that one away. But really, Dave, throughout the night, it was back and forth, a really even game, a chess match, so to speak, and both teams solid defensively. They both had opportunities from the offensive perspective, but just that last touch, that last shot was never able to be fully executed, and that was the missing piece tonight for both teams. And, the possession edge, FC Tulsa, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC fought their way back into it and, created and built some good possession going forward ultimately in the second half, but both teams ultimately not able to break the deadlock.
Let's have a look at the full match stats, Anna. And FC Tulsa certainly had the lion's share of the possession. Of course, no goals. But, we said in commentary, when each team had the ball, it was difficult to get them off them. But look at that possession for FC Tulsa. They've dominated that, but alas, it's finished 0-0.
They did. They dominated in possession, but take a look at Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC, the shots. They had 18 total shots, but only 3 of those on target. And that efficiency has to be better from them if they want to find the back of the net. The possession, as you mentioned, the 30%, they found a little bit more in the second half. They had some better opportunities, created more chances in the final third, but it wasn't there from either team in front of goal. They have to be clinical, and that's something both sides will have to change heading into their next game.
Yeah, 3 draws for Pittsburgh now, and a first 0-0 for both of these sides of the season. They will shake hands with the crowds, the FC Tulsa players, as they will do win, lose and draw. Anna and I will be back here in the chair for Friday night's game against El Paso Locomotive FC Tulsa's third game in 6 days. And Anna, all we can do is hope for goals on Friday in an entertaining game. Although, having said that, this is a pretty good 0-0 draw.
It was. I mean, despite the scoreline, there were still a ton of moments in that game that brought excitement and moments where you saw how both of these teams, I'd imagine, will go on to have successful seasons in the Eastern Conference, and look forward to seeing Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC continue on, and FC Tulsa. They will match up again later in the season, so it'll be fun to see when they come back together. But FC Tulsa, as you mentioned, Dave, another test to look forward to on Friday.
Yep. Thanks very much, Anna, for your company tonight. Thank you to our wonderful broadcast crew who do such a fantastic job here at One Oak Field. Blair Gavin then starts his home campaign with a 3-0 win on Saturday. He ends up with a hard-fought point here tonight against a very good Bob Lilly Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC side, who are still out on the field. We'll do it all again, as we've said. El Paso are in town on Friday. We'll see you then. Take care, everybody. It finished here. FC Tulsa 0, Pittsburgh Riverhounds SC 0.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.